So let me show you what I've been dealing with. I've owned this truck since 2020. It's a 2017 Tacoma, and the floor mats have always looked like this. Super sun baked, don't fit well at all. My radio is just laying there on the floor. And then so we are working with LasFit. We're going to be replacing the floor mats in here using their custom fit, precision fit floor liners. We're going to get them installed in the truck. So we're going to unbox these floor liners for the Tacoma. These are from LasFit, like I said before. And it's just because I want to get the first impressions. So floor liners are one of those things where there's kind of hit or miss. Some fit really well, some don't fit well at all. These, I can tell you right away, they're quite heavy. They're not light. Got some paperwork here. What's it say? This tells you how to install it. So don't worry about your floor mats getting folded out of the package. Give the floor mats time to lay out and restore themselves to their original form. So we'll go ahead and take it off here. The bag is nice and branded, so that's cool. Pull off the bag here. Looks like they're going to fit pretty well. So they said they are folded. Do need to get worked out a little bit, but they have a nice wall on there. It's going to hug the floor pretty good. Let's see here. It does have pop-outs if you have the retention clips. Lay that one out. User installation manual. I mean, the floor mats. I don't think you really need to have installs for those. Additional little hole plugs, as well as the floor mats themselves. Super nice. I'm guessing these plugs are to replace these ones if you have different sizes. And then here's the passenger side. Sweet. Let's get these in. Check that out. So you can clearly see a difference here between the LasFit and the OEM ones that are just worn out and sun-baked. We've got some bacon lip going on. This line right here is completely like warped out of shape. You can see the LasFit one is going to hug the edge a lot more, and this line is nice and straight. And you can also tell that on the top, it extends a little bit farther behind the foot pedals other than this one. So this one should fit a lot nicer in there. Hopefully we can get it installed. I got to go move some cables. So I'm definitely going to get way too carried away. But we have this thing that's currently popping off. So we need to fix that. We have some cables down here for the radio and stuff that need to be cleaned up. This is the plug for the fridge that's in the back seat. So that needs to be hidden away. So I'm going to try to get this all cleaned up and vacuumed before I install those liners. Okay, so I got the fridge cable hidden under this. This just pulls up nice and easy, pops out right here, so that's a little bit cleaner looking. Now we're trying to fix the radio, because where the cable is, I did have the radio tucked up under here, but I think I'm going to put it right here, just because it keeps falling off when it's down here. So whatever plastic's down here just isn't adhesive. So I'm going to throw it in here. Then I'm going to throw probably just 2 screws in it, just into this plastic. It's going to be very unnoticeable, but then at least it'll be hidden. So I'm going to get that done. I did have to replace a bolt down here too, so this would actually stay on and not move. But now we're looking okay, looking better, much better. Okay, for this little project here, we are going to clean this off with some isopropyl alcohol, 70%, and just some paper towels. So I'm going to clean the radio, clean the center console. Then we're going to be using Scotch Extreme Adhesive Tape. This is good for like 30 pounds. So we'll just fold up this and get clean in here. I like to have the radio mounted down low there because it's out of the way. You can have other ones that are like mounted in the dash and everything. But so the main control unit for this Midland is actually just the handheld itself. So it's a lot easier to deal with this and change the radios and stuff on this than it is to deal with the unit. I know a lot of people like the other unit. I mean, the other units do more power. So when you do more power, you get better range and stuff like that. Let me switch out isopropyls. Yeah, so when you use the larger units, you do get more range out of them. So a lot of people like to use those larger units for that reason. But most of the time, whenever I'm wheeling with people, I'm not trying to communicate long distances. I'm more just trying to talk to either the truck behind me, truck in front of me, or if someone's past an obstacle, I need to know what's around the corner and stuff like that. So most of the time we're not talking miles and miles apart. I mean, we're talking quarter mile, half mile at most. So you really don't need that long range. try to get this as dry as possible. There you go. Not really worried about all the other residue on there. I just need to get a good sticky thing. Okay, got the tape mounted on there. Picked up Walkie M12. What is this? The M12 1/4 inch impact driver. Honestly, I grabbed this thing. If people always talk smack on M12 tools or just the 12-volt tools in general, I end up reaching for the 12-volt tools more than anything. Mainly because of the size, the form factor, and the weight. I mean, if I'm building a whole fence, I'm grabbing the M18. But for small stuff like this and pretty much anything around the house that I'm just trying to fix real quickly, I'm grabbing an M12. Just because it's easier. Let's see, get that nice and aligned. There we go. It's already not sticking. So whatever this stuff's coated in, it just doesn't like it, man. I have some really small baby screws here, like the smallest of the small screws that you can probably find. So we're gonna stick. What's kind of cool is when you use tape like this, you can pre-install your screws to the tape, and then the tape holds your screws in place. So yeah, I'll put 2 small screws in it, and I had a feeling this was gonna happen because this is how it happened last time. It stuck, but didn't stick completely. So the screws for sure are definitely going to be the way. I can take the bracket, slide the radio in it. Come on. There we go. Hook up the radio itself. That's nice. That's good. Perfect. Okay, and then I'll just get the antenna hooked up, and then I got to get the 12-volt power to it. But let me show you this so you can kind of get an idea what we're working with. Okay, so we got a lot going on down here. This is my full battery setup. So we have the AGM battery hooked up to some bus bars with a shunt. From there, we have 3 breakers. We have a 200 amp breaker for the winch. We have a 60 amp breaker for the lights. Then we have another 60 amp breaker. This is what goes to charge the camper. So this is, like I said, there was a whole video on just electrical alone that we can talk about. But we're working with the antenna for the radio. So this was just mounted up top on the roof. I'm going to build a steel bracket to come off of here so that it's be mounted right next to this, next to the Baja Designs light. But that's for another time. Probably just leave it right there for now. That cable just wraps around, tucks inside the fender. We pop open the door here. You can see it just runs inside the door, down the weather seal, and then into the cab. What I really need to make is the longer 12-volt cable, which comes out to the engine bay. Perfect. Really clean install now. See the 12-volt cable is running across right there. So now I'm just going to vacuum real quick, get the floor liner in. What's nice is LasFit includes the same clips on the new liners. So they slot right in and then use the same hardware that Toyota was using. Makes it really easy for install here. That clip was not lined up. There we go. Wow. Let me show you this. So bringing you in here. So look at the line on how that follows. Look at that. Beautiful all the way through. Same thing over here. Nice fitting edge all the way up. And then it follows to the top here. I had a really bad bacon issue going on up here. So this fits nice and flush. Super happy with this. Looks really good. Some of the patches are hidden, but that's fine. Patches are patches. But this looks really good. Really happy with this fitment. This is probably some of the best fitment I've ever seen. Let me do all 4. I'll show you what it looks like. Even in the back, the fitment is insane. Look at how it follows that line all the way down, how perfectly tucks in these corners. And I don't even know how to explain this. This is crazy. These liners are no joke, man. They're no joke. I feel like I would call these better than OEM. I would buy these before I bought the Toyota ones, honest opinion. So, honest opinion, the LasFit liners are great. They come with a 45-day money-back guarantee and a limited lifetime warranty. So basically, if you have any defects on it, they'll take them back. They came in one piece. They shipped in the box. There's no holes in the box. So I'll give them that. They're a really affordable price, especially compared to the OEM Toyota ones. And these are my OEM ones. They're all bacon rolled from the heat. This was something that I told myself that I was going to replace right away when I bought the truck 4 years ago, and I never did. So I highly recommend these liners for the price point that they come in. These were given to me to talk about, so take that with a grain of salt as you will. But I I recommend them. I mean, I would probably buy these before I go spend $300 on other brands, just because I don't think you can get a better fit and finish than that. I feel like you can probably use maybe a little bit more high quality rubber, but again, we're talking about floor mats. We're not talking about something you're rolling around on or on the gym or anything like that. These are great for the price. 10 out of 10 recommend. And there's more to come, so feel free to watch. Feel free to sub for later. I don't know.